Hello and welcome to episode 2, season 2 of Project 23 with Borussia Dortmund and Buden. As always, thanks for joining me. Do all the good stuff, all the fun stuff. It's still Christmas time. Thumbs up, sub, comment down below. And if you really want to be helpful to the channel, keep the wife off your back, you can always become a patron. If you haven't seen my Christmas special, check it out. There's a little thing there for my patrons, a thank you, where they're going to be taking part in an up and coming custom Let's Play series. So, first thing, let's disclaimer this quickly because I do get the odd moaner. 99.9% of you are absolute legends. Every now and again I get someone moaning when I do these season episodes. I did mention it in the last one, but I played the season ages ago. And I filmed it way before Christmas. So it's been days and days and days, even though there's a short gap in between episode 1 and episode 2. Just before I get someone asking me, how have you done a season in a day? I haven't. It's been about 5 days. But what season? And the other thing I want to talk about is this is my first ever time using Haaland. I've never used him on an old game, never used him on this game. I did mention it to a friend of mine who's a Dortmund fan the other day and said he is basically a cheat code, isn't he? He is, isn't he? And then another good friend of mine, Brian, commented on the last video and said the exact same thing. He's pretty much a cheat code. Now, we do know his contract is coming up. I think it runs out in 2024, so he's got 2 seasons left. So I had to make a decision what to do. Well, I decided to keep him one more year. Let's try and get as much out of him as possible. And then with a year left on his deal, I'm going to try and cash in. So we've got 1 more year of the cheat code. But would the cheat code help me do anything this year? Well, let's find out. Start here with the only major player to leave. A lot of other players have left, from Bayern too and so on, for like 100 grand, 500 grand here or there. But no one for a significant amount and no one we care about. Well, Matt Hummels has gone. Classic, legendary player. Did leave Dortmund, didn't he? Boo. To go to Bayern, then came back. I mean, 33 years old, on other saves you'd keep him. But we've saved a ton of money here, and quite a few clubs came in for him. I think he only wants to play in Germany now. So we left for about 10 million quid, and finances are in a good spot. We get good money at the end of the year. We're a big club, we get good sponsorship and all that good stuff. And the wage bill ain't too bad, to be fair. 1.7 million, that's with my new squad. That's pretty cheap for an elite club. When you think of all the other big teams in the Premier League and so on. I think even Bayern Munich is about 3.5 million. We've signed a young left winger. Now I can't say his second name, but I'm going to call him Andreas. 18-year-old Norwegian. Whenever I looked at him on Google, because I've never heard of him, he looks about 12 years old. Now there was another player, can't remember his name off the top of my head. He plays out in the MLS and he's a wonder kid. I think he plays for New York maybe. They wanted 26 million and my board just would not pay it. I tried to break down the deal, went back for him, and the board would just not have it. So I went somewhere else, and this is where I went. We've also brought in another goalkeeper, Ivan Martinez, got high potential. Even though he's only a 4-star there, he's top of a lot of lists online for young potential good goalkeepers. Now I signed him last year, but he couldn't come till this year, so he's here now. Welcome to Dortmund, Ivan. I showed you him last time, but I'll just show you again because he's now our player. He was here on loan. I quite like the look of him. He didn't do too bad for me. So I'd signed him last year. You must have seen that. So he's here. I had to. So I'm thinking of the future here, and I love Lorenzo Luca. Loved him at Parma a couple of years ago when we rebuilt, and I loved him on another save of mine with rebuilding Bologna earlier on FM22. He's a big lad, and I thought we would get him now. He can bed in, learn the language, get used to the club. Might not play as much as he wants, but get used to the club, get used to the system for when Haaland goes. This one cost me a ton of money eventually, a ton of money. Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, who we beat in the cup final. He's a wonder kid. Again, don't know too much about him, but I wanted an AMC because you might remember last year we had Rainier, I think he is, a lad on loan from Real Madrid. I didn't want to sign him. He's not a bad player. I want my own players, and I wanted some more German players, and this is bloody perfect, isn't it? He is going to cost a lot of money eventually, but I'm hoping it'll be worth every penny. I've signed a young defender, Benoit. That's what I'm going for. 21 years old from Monaco. I think he's got a lot of framework that could make him good. I know his potential's only 3.5-star, but I think he's a decent little player. Then I've signed Jurrien Timber, 21-year-old Dutchman from Ajax, for quite a lot of money. And he's a good player though. I think he's going to be amazing. And I was thinking maybe bring him as a right back, but he ends up playing pretty much as a centre half for me. And let's quickly just mention the rules because they talk about in the last one, just in case you missed it. The rules are, I had to get rid of everyone at the start of the game as quick as I could who were over 23, and I can only sign, as long as I do this, players who are 23 years and younger. But that doesn't mean that when they hit 24, I've got to sell them. If I want to keep them, I'm going to keep them, if they're good enough. So, we've got 3 players now who are 24, but that's totally fine. The squad itself is mega young. Look at it. But honestly, you have the best fun with young teams. I think they're the best, and I'm hopefully going to prove it at some point. Now, if I change to ability, we'll have a quick look at some of the main guys, like the cheat code. I might change his name to the cheat code. Look how good he's getting. 84 goals in 77 games, and he's only going to do more. I'll be honest with you, I think we all know that. Reina is turned out to be a cracking little player. Can play on the left, plays behind the striker for me. Obviously, Timber. Got Jude. Another reason why I wanted to do this, especially with Dortmund, because he's one of the best young players on the game. You've seen Wirtz, you've seen him. He's not a bad winger, him. I quite like him a lot, to be fair. Now, where is he? He's not getting as much game time as I want. And maybe he won't this year, but he's still only 17. I like him, but I want him to be a winger because we've got this kid. I'm going to look at him in a bit more detail. Now, he's currently injured, and I signed him because he's a good young prospect striker. But wow, so many comments in the last video were telling me that he becomes a superstar. And it's really made me think that, I've got these 2 good young lads now. Lorenzo Luca and Benjamin Sesko, right? So at the end of the season, I am going to sell Haaland because he will not sign a deal. I try again all this year and he keeps saying no, it's not going to happen. He is going to want to leave and I don't want to get nothing for him. So going into his last year, we'll see who wants him, see who gives me the best deal. I'll sell him to anybody apart from Man City. He ain't going to City, I don't care. And I'm not going to buy a striker to replace him because I think I've got 2 very good young ones, which makes season 3 potentially exciting for me because we're getting rid of Haaland. It's a bit more of a challenge. We'll see which one of these can rise to the top and take his place if they can. And then I can use that money in the squad, hopefully. Make the defence stronger, make the midfield stronger, have a bit of fun that way. Now the staff, I haven't done out to it. Nothing. But we've now got the best staff, which to me means that other teams haven't. They've lost people. So this has just happened. This is absolutely nothing to do with me. And again, I couldn't be bothered pissing around with it. You could make it better. And I've done that so many times. Even when I've got the best, if I've got a bit of time, I'll tweak it. But, I've been playing this. I've been setting up another race video. And I've even started another save. I'm only just touching the beginning of the season for my new build series. Yeah. Rebuilds are on the back burner. We're getting rid of the RE and we're going to builds. I can't wait to share the first one with you. Now, the board just wants me to qualify for the Champions League. But, I want to see what we could do here. We were second last year. In the league, though, we were miles off, weren't we? Bayern. But I played them 4 times in the Super Cup. We knocked them out the Cup, the Pokal, and both times in the league. And I think we won 3 and drawn 1. So just get a bit more consistent, which I'm hoping with the new players we can in the league. Anything can happen. Champions League, just get to the first knockout round. Pokal, I'd love to get back to the final. And of course, the Super Cup, which if you check it out, we won 1-0 with a goal from my new little wonderkid German. Happy days, although I played with a defensive midfielder because it's Bayern and we did so well against them in the semi-final, I think it was, of the Cup. I went for that this time. But it's a Bayern team that's pretty bloody good. You check it out. They're not crap, are they? So let's watch the goal, the one and only goal. Look at the back heel. Bit of passing there. Lovely vision pass from Malen to Wirtz. 1-0. Another trophy in the bag. Just while I may have got to show you this, at this point, I've also played the first round of the Pokal. I love the Pokal. B team, as you can probably tell. No issues, though. This is one I didn't have to do a thing. I just sat back and watched. Pre-season, we didn't get beat. It was a long one. We went out to the States, which was a bit of fun. Then we had a tour of Austria. That's where we played some Austrian teams and a few others, I think. So it was fantastic. Yeah, new players bedded in. Happy days. Now it was time to get serious. Yeah, also, they agreed, and they should do because we've got a shit ton of money to improve the facilities. So that's currently underway. So I think after Superb, that's it, innit? State of the art you get, don't you? So we're nearly there, which probably means we're going to have crap youth intakes from now on, because that's what seems to happen to me. I get the best facilities and youth intakes go down the toilet. Bookies have got us second, which is fair enough. I've got Haaland in the team. I think seeing Hummels there makes you go, but the whole point of this is Project 23. So I'm ignoring Hummels being there. But I really want to push him because that's 5 times I've played Bayern now. 5. and they haven't beat me. What we've got to do is just be more consistent in that league, and I was hoping that would happen. And by the 11th of January, it was happening. We were top of the league by some distance. But I'll be honest with you, when I was playing through this over the Christmas period, I was like, what's Bayern doing? Bayern normally stay strong for a lot longer, and they've kind of... I mean, what are you doing there? Third on 35 points. They've lost 4. We're undefeated. I've only drawn 1 game. Look at the state of Haaland, by the way. Look at his average rating. He's a cheat code, isn't he? I genuinely am quite looking forward to next season without him. Just for the challenge of it, because he just makes it a bit... He scores all the time. All the time. Yeah, anyway. I was disappointed with Bayern. I'm not going to lie. Third at this time. Obviously a good team. They've got every chance of catching me up, but... Yeah. Our rivals, Schalke, because they're our arch rivals, aren't they? Bottom of the league. I mean, it looks like a beautiful meadow on a lovely summer's day, doesn't it? Lovely green grass going for miles and miles and miles. A little bit of a haystack, yellow haystack somewhere there against Hamburg where we drew 0-0, but look at it. Talk about sorting ourselves out defensively. I've still got an okay goalkeeper, and I bought a centre-half. It just comes together eventually, doesn't it? I think the tactic, they know it now. A lot of them played together, everyone's linked up and so on, and I've rotated. There's been games where I've B-teamed and we've still done well. Young teams are the future. And you don't have to have a team full of wonder kids. You can still get a lot of these good young players for good value. But yeah, I was happy. Like I said though, I was just disappointed. I wanted it to be neck and neck with Bayern, and they were letting me down. And you might have noticed, we battered them 5-1 at our place in the league. 6 times I've played them. 6 times not been able to beat me, and it was a near perfect performance from us. Beautiful hat-trick from Haaland. Easy peasy. We're still in the Pokal. Obviously B-teaming it when I can. You know about that one. Karlsruhe, who I didn't know anything about until I did my race to the Bundesliga. If you've not seen it, go and check it out. B-teamed that. Then we played Schalke. B-teamed it. Beat our arch rival 4-0. Still in it to win it. On to the Champions League, and I'd say it's a pretty good group, really. PSG, of course, big team, who we knocked out last year, didn't we? And we got beat by City. We knocked them out in the knockouts. Sporting, good club, and Club Brugge, who aren't half bad. I'll show you the game we lost. It was against PSG. The game we drew was against Sporting, and there are 4 victories. So we are through. Well, we're going to face Atalanta. Really good, decent side from Italy, but a side I think we should be beating. And as you can see, the facilities are now upgraded. That's all done. Not much more really you can do. I don't think you can improve the stadium. I think you can ask to build one. But why would you want to build a new stadium? This stadium is absolutely fantastic. I don't want to build a new one. A quick check though on the stats in the Bundesliga, and look at that for goals. It is Haaland though, isn't it? It is, isn't it? But this as well. When you score 65 million goals and you only let in 5, you're going to be top of the league, aren't you? So we definitely got better at the back. And I'm playing the more attacking formation pretty much all the time. Now this is a squad arranged by goals. Look at all that green now for the average rating. I mean, wow. But that's the thing, innit? He is a cheat code, and I enjoy playing this year. You know, it's great when you win a lot of games, but in the back of my mind, I'm constantly thinking, season 3, this is going to be the big one, really. Because there's every chance now we're going to win a Bundesliga. And I want to topple Bayern, but I don't want to do it once. I also want to prove that I can maybe do it without him. Because I knew he was going to be good. I knew it. I've seen him on other saves, seen him at other clubs and that, and he always scores goals, he wins Ballon d'Ors. But I wanted to have a go with him, but I'm really looking forward to not having him, weirdly. Now he's won the Ballon d'Or. He won it the year before, but that's the one that Messi won in real life. So I don't know if that happened, but it's the football manager world, isn't it? But that's the proper one that he won there, and he thanked me for it. And I thought, do you know what? You've won a Ballon d'Or, you won a Pokal, we're doing well in the league. Do you want to have a contract with me? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. This is it. This is what you get all the time. My client isn't currently interested, blah, blah, blah. He don't believe Dortmund's squad is strong enough to play at a level matching his own ambitions. So yeah, I mean, I want to move him on anyway, but look at all the pros and look at his cons. I don't know if I've ever seen a player like it. I can't remember, but remember 27-8-year-old Ronaldo at Real Madrid? Was he like this? On to the 1st of April, we had the youth intake, and it was good. There's some okay players, but I never went into this thinking I want to develop my own. It's great if you get a couple. I don't know how long I'm going to play it. I might play it long and it's going to be on YouTube. We'll see how you guys like it if you keep watching it. But the club's in such a good spot, really, financially now. And, you know, if we get 100 odd million for Haaland, which I reckon we will, I don't really need to worry about developing my own players. It's all about finding players, buying players. I really enjoy doing that. And at this point, we've already qualified for the Champions League because we're 12 points clear. Bayern are still third. They've been really disappointing this year, to be fair. You've got Leipzig in second now. Haaland with 38 goals, which is insane. And his freaking average rating for the season is even crazier. What a player. So you have a winter break in Germany. We had 3 games. We played Ajax, who beat us. I B-teamed all 3 games though, and a couple of other teams. Nothing to worry about too much. And then the season kicks back off right at the end of December, and we had our derby, which we won 2-0. And then we went on another great run, a fantastic run, to be fair. As you can see, we got beat though off Bayer Leverkusen, and after that game, I was thinking it's so weird because last year they beat me and then we annihilated them. Then we did. The cup final was great. At the time, I was a bit worried, and Haaland came out of nowhere with his hat-trick. Then, you know, it's a bit sketchy. The defence ain't as great, but, certain players' injuries, tiredness, all that stuff. Leipzig have beaten us as well. But it's the Bayern game. 3-3. All right, we didn't win it, but they didn't beat me. So that's now 7 games I've played them, and they haven't beat me. And I, again, this year, had them in the semi-final of the Pokal. I mean, odds on we're favourites for that, surely. Back to the squad, and again, I've arranged it by goals. Haaland's getting a bit tired, and needs a bit of a rest. Do give him one. 46 goals. Oh my God. I mean, everyone else is chipping in, but it's going to be interesting next year. Obviously, average rating, Haaland's going to be at the top of that. There's some players here who aren't playing. Obviously, he's wanting to play more. Just be patient, Benjamin. Next year is your year, I promise. Although I love Lorenzo Lucas, so I've been giving him games, haven't I? But yeah, Reina is some player, isn't he? Better than his dad was. Again, he wants to play more. I'm going to really push him next year, to be fair. I really am. I've got a lot of players out. And I've got a few players now out wide. And again, next summer will be a bit more. I need to think about it a bit more now. I've been like buying. And I think I really need to look at who I want to keep, who I want to progress, who I really give a chance to now, instead of just giving them 10 games, 15 games in a season. So money has dropped a little bit, quite a bit. 55 million still in the bank, but you get a good chunk of change at the end of the year. We'll be totally fine. Haaland money on top will be totally fine. But you're paying stuff out. A lot of my deals have been good, but some of them I've got added on fees when they play games, when they score goals, when they play for the country. Chunks of it over certain periods of time, 6 months, 12 months, all that stuff. So I'm all right with that. I think we'll be fine. Well, we battered Atalanta 5-2, and then in the return game, we drew 1-1. And I've drawn Manchester City in the quarter bloody finals, a team that knocked me out last year. So can we get past them this year? Well, we're going to jump forward to the end of the season, and they finally did it, didn't they? It was going to happen eventually. I was shocked we got to 7 games undefeated against Bayern Munich. And they only did it with a Lewandowski bloody goal in 106 minutes. So they're off to the Pokal final. And unfortunately, we're not. I was more gutted with this lot because they hadn't changed the manager. And I mean, they didn't sell anyone massive for tons of money. And they did spend a good amount of money. But they've just not been there in the league. And that really disappointed me. I know I've got a Haaland, cheat code, all that stuff. But yeah, they've been disappointing. Although they are second. But we're top and we're champions with 1 game left to play. Honestly, 39 goals in the league. He's going to get the Ballon d'Or again, isn't he? But by the time he wins that, I'm pretty sure he won't be a Dortmund player. But yeah, what a player. What a player. FC Bayern did come good, sort of, in the end. Just not good enough, boys. And we weren't good enough in the Champions League, although I had high hopes when we beat him away at the Etihad. 3-2, 2 goals from Haaland, and my centre-half getting ills. And then the return leg was just a shit show. Haaland on a 6.6. Wherever's rocking or shit, he plays that bad. We let Jack Grealish, of all people, score 2 goals against us. And I did B-team quite a few of the games as well. Give guys a chance. They obviously didn't step up enough. But we're going into this last game again. A live com again against Bayer Leverkusen, who we beat in the cup final last year. So we need a live comp. Unfortunately, it's nothing special. We've already won the league. We're not in any cup finals, but we should have a game. Let's watch Haaland one last time. So here we go. And he's our captain as well, to be fair. So there's going to be big changes next year. This isn't on TV. One thing I do like is, because they've got to deal with the Bundesliga, but I've not mentioned it yet, but have you noticed, but the graphics are different when you play in the Bundesliga. Like where you can see at the top there with the goals, and when things flash up and that, I do like it. I like it a lot, to be fair. So like I've mentioned, the rebuilds are on the back burner for a bit. I've done millions now over the last 4 games, millions. I think on the first build team I do, the start of the series, I might make a graphic and show you of all the teams I've done a rebuild with, and you'll probably look at them all and go, bloody hell, wow, because I did. So I'm looking forward to the build series, because basically I'm going to take a club I like a cool club that's got something about it, that's quite small, that's not got any history, that's never won a title or anything, and try and do that. Why not? I think it'll be fun, a bit more of a challenge. I need that, because a lot of these rebuilds, these are big teams still. Even when you're in a lower division, they've got big fan bases and you can do it quite easily. So I want a bit more of a challenge. So I'm looking forward to that. Financial restrictions, stuff like that. So hopefully you'll tune in for that, because I'm definitely going to do season 3 on YouTube of this. I don't know about season 4. We'll see. If you're still watching it, I might. Still want to see it, I might. But like I said, I'm slowly playing both now, bit by bit. I've got time off work again. It's over New Year. I've got another long weekend coming up pretty soon. Pretty cool. So hopefully I can get stuff done and out to you. Team here, obviously with Haaland going, we'll see who comes in, Luka or Sesko. Probably rotate him a little bit, see who can step up next year. He's starting to take shape. Rainer's become more of a left winger for me. I thought he was going to be an AMC, but this year having Flurry in there, Rainer's played more on the left. I've been starting to play Mukuku a bit more on the right, and he will be starting on that right wing next year. Bellingham and Ricci in the middle, I'm set in stone with them too. I love them to bits. Timber, centre half's been great for me. Singo's still a great right back. Julien Adu, he's a really, really good left back. So I'm thinking, it's half time. I'm thinking another good centre half. Love Fofana, is it? The guy from Leicester, might go for him. And a goalkeeper. So here we go. I've not made any changes and I give him an ass kicking. Motivated him. Step up, boys. I mean, I've been B-team the last couple of games. I think there's 11 changes from the last game where we got beat off some no-name team. Give a guys a game. But that's why not. I do that sometimes. I know it can affect your record. You can try and just be awesome and have this outstanding record. But if I wrap a league up sometimes, it's a good chance with games to go to give guys a game, see what they can do. Beautiful little pass to Haaland. Never missing. But you see the graphic difference, it's cool, isn't it? It is really cool. I know I didn't show you every player in detail. I'm just concerned of time. I ain't got a lot of time today. Back at work just for today. It's the weirdest thing. I'm in, out, in, out, in, out. It's very strange for me at the minute. And there you go. Florian. Bye-bye Haaland. Got a standing ovation. I think all the fans, everyone knows he's probably going to be leaving this summer if we get the right price. We'll see. I'm sure he is. I want the challenge of not having him, to be fair. He's too good. He's too good for me. He is. I mean, I like finding a striker and developing them. And hopefully we can do this with Luka. The big man, he's like 6'20". He's that big. You can't measure him. But you know, he could become a Haaland. He did really well for me on another save, so I'm hoping he can do the same. I know a lot of you were talking about Sesko. But Lorenzo Luka really wanted to do well. But we'll have a look, we'll see. Reina to a dude. What can he do? He can score. Look at him, he's going to get better. He's going to turn 18, which is insane that he's still that young. Let's get it on the big man's head, honestly. Also, I've been invited on a proper podcast. I've got to go to somewhere and sit down in a room with 2 people. It's called the Offbeat Podcast. Once I've done it, I will be promoting the shit out of it on my channel. Hopefully you're all going to watch it. Show them support, show me support. Let's try and break their record on their channel. That's what I'm hoping we do for the most watched episode. So when it does come out, I will talk about it a bit more, put links to it and everything in all my videos, and they're back into it. But there we go, final game of the season. We've already picked up that lovely shiny trophy. Drank all the massive beers they all drink in Germany. So of course the season's over. There's still that relegation playoff with Bochum down there. I don't care about that. But we won the league by 8 points in the end. Obviously B-teaming it, we won't have to boil a little bit, but I'm still very proud of it. Got my championship. Got the 2 best players in the league. Best goal scorer in the league. But yeah, like I said, 3rd season. That's a proper test without the cheat code. Unlucky for Bayer Leverkusen, they've now lost the Pokal again, this time to Bayern. So we will have a little Super Cup with them again. Can we go 3-3? Manchester City won the Champions League. Even if they offered me 300 million, you're not having him. No way do we need to make them any better than they already are. last look at the squad arranged by average rating, you can see the guys who really performed for me this year. And like I said, remove Haaland. I think I've got two good strikers. LOLLUJO, when he played, did a very good job, so I think he could really kick on next year. Reina on the left. I really want to give the young kid on the right, Makuku, more of a chance. Like I said, my central midfielders are really good. We've got Wirtz behind the striker. I just feel like I need a centre-half and maybe just a better goalkeeper, even though Gregor Kobel, he's good. Well, that's it. End of season 2 of Project 23 with Borussia Dortmund. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and you are going to come back to see what we can get up to in season 3. I really appreciate the support with it. Any comments and likes, and the views are massive. I will say it again, go and check out a little Christmas special. Got a couple of guests on there, special guests to me, and a few messages of what I'm going to be doing over the next year, really. My content for the rest of FM22. But again, hopefully come back for season 3. I think it will be a different kettle of fish without him, and I'm very excited to see what we can do. And like I said, I'm also chipping away at my first build series, so hopefully I can get that out to you, because I am off quite a lot over the next week and a half, and all I do is play Football Manager. Apart from today, before I started filming, I made sure to watch the first episode of Boba Fett. Big Star Wars fan. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Anyway, stay happy, stay safe. Hope you had a great Christmas, by the way, and you're going to have a great new year. I love you long time. I'm Bood. Bye-bye.